And hello, welcome to solo playthroughs. Want to make sure the audio settings are right. Looks like we are good and live. Hey, what's up, man? How are you? Daniel, if I got the first name wrong, I'm the worst. But thanks for good midnight. Hopefully this doesn't take too long for you, and you can see this through to the end. Oh, hold on one second. Cool. All right, we're good now. Sorry, I think I was getting echo of my ear. Hopefully, that did not come through for y'all. I am flying solo tonight, so that's why I'm a little bit discombobulated. Mrs. Playthroughs is driving our kiddo back from track practice. She should join us in about 20 minutes. So you were just stuck with me. So I'm not going to be able to monitor the chat as much as I normally do. If you say something, I'm sure Sarah will catch me up to speed when she arrives, which should be pretty soon. Nice to see three people already here, so that's good. Yeah, so I've already set up the board. If you've seen my videos by now, you know I'm a lunatic when it comes to randomizing this stuff. So I assure you, this was all set up random. I figured I would save everyone the trouble of just watching me roll 100 times to get this all randomized. There are 2 city tiles in the 6 core tiles that are up here. 4 of them are non-city core tiles, and then you have, again, 8 countryside tiles between the portal and where we get to the core tiles. Obviously, I've gone off the screen a little bit so I can keep the camera nice and close. I'm going to put the general himself back over there in Volkare's camp, and that is where he will start. I'm doing this at the legendary and tight settings. So good to see Daniel here. He was the one that pointed out to me that when you go from the fair settings to the tight settings, you actually have to increase the number of indecisive units. That was a rule that I had long forgotten because it's not a setting I normally mess with until recently. So thank you for that reminder. So there will be 4 units in the unit offer, and there will be 2 of them will be indecisive because I will be on the tight setting. Now, what does that mean in Volkare's quest? Well, the indecisive units aren't as punishing as they are in Volkare's return, because in Volkare's return, if an indecisive unit decides that the heat's too much, they actually join Volkare's army. In here, if an indecisive unit, if the corresponding mana is rolled by Volkare's die, it just leaves the game, right? One of the nicest things about Volkare's quest is that there is so much less upkeep than in Solo Conquest, and it's basically once the game's set, there's much less things you have to do in between every round. This is really becoming one of my favorite scenarios the more I play it. I love the challenge of it, and I love that legendary level. You're really finding new combos that you might not have seen before. But this is a high variance scenario. I mean, I probably win 40 to 50% of the time. That's probably high, actually. You're gonna need some, like either the Bow of Stars Dawn, the Sword of Justice, Tremor, Horn of Wrath. I mean, you're going to need some really strong cards to help you take on this legion that is with the general, because there's going to be 11 enemies. So that's a lot. 2 city garrisons, 3 draconum, and 6 orcs at the legendary level. I'm gonna start shuffling this stuff up. Housekeeping, if you're your first time joining me, this might be new. If you've seen my live playthroughs before, you will know that I am on a 25-second delay. So anything that you are seeing happened 25 seconds in the past. That is one way that I can help control the quality and make sure there are no other delay issues as much as I possibly can through this medium. So normally not a problem, but it is what it is. And if I make a mistake, hopefully not too much time has passed and I'll be able to go back and correct it, because again, there is a lot going on in this particular scenario. Sarah's, again, really awesome at monitoring the chat. Be very nice to her. I love that she does this with me, and I would like that to continue. So, yeah, no. There are 4 units. Remember, in the Volkare scenarios, Volkare counts as another player, so it is number of players plus 2. So in Solo Conquest, you only have 3 units, and 3 die in the source. In the Volkare scenario, you will have 4 units and 4 dice in the source. And the units we have here are the Utum Swordsman, the Illusionist, the Magic Familiars. Again, have become a big fan of them once I realized I was playing them wrong, and the Herbalists. All right, I rolled a red, a green, a blue, and a gold. That is totally legit. I have Goldyx's player card here. And that's it. I'm going to shuffle up Goldyx's skills. Obviously, the skills of his that I like the most, the heal 2 can come in really in handy in this scenario. I love flight. I think that can really open up this scenario in some cool ways. And then obviously I am a giant sucker for motivation. I just find it the strongest skill that you can take in almost every situation. Hey, what's up, Thomas? How are you, man? All right, that is my artifact deck. We have the wound deck. I'm going to shuffle up the spells. Spells I'm looking for Flame Wave. I'm looking for Tremor, as I already said. With the draconum, like again, the Fireball or Snowstorm can be great, but you have to worry about those resistances. They can really come and bite you if you get unlucky. So here we got Chill, Mistform, and Call to Arms. Call to Arms is probably my favorite. Again, it's off camera a little bit up top, but trust me, it's Call to Arms. Again, we have Volkare's token. I'm just going to leave that right there with a die on it. Shuffling up the advanced actions. And we'll see good cards. I mean, I had a game where counterattack like opened up a game for me yesterday, where I was able to block like 6 enemies and got 22 attack with counterattack, which was awesome. So that's a big one. Blood Ritual can come in huge. Make sure you get some black mana when you need it. Power of Crystals I like. So those 2 are good, and then I got Mana Storm. Those are 3 really interesting cards. Mana is going to be super important. It is one of the advantages Goldyx has, because Goldyx does seem to have more ways of finding mana than the others. Here we have Volkare's deck. Volkare's deck has 16 wounds at the tight setting. Again, I just have Arethia's cards in here. It doesn't matter. Again, you could use pieces of paper as long as they're the right color. And then you have the 4 competitive skills or spells. So there's a total of 36 cards in here. Again, 16 wounds, 16 action cards, and then the 4 spells. The spells are just basically count as a double move, or in the case of the red spell, it just you look out 2 away to determine if Volkare is trying to initiate combat. All right, so there is Volkare's deck. It is shuffled. We will not have to shuffle it again. Yeehaw! So that makes me fairly happy. And then the last thing I need to do, well, 2 things I need to do actually. I'm going to roll this die to determine the mana that's going to be on the top 2 indecisive, top 2 units, and it's going to indicate that they're indecisive. I'm going to roll the first mana die is a gold. I'm going to roll again. If it's a gold, I have to pick another color, so it's blue. So we have a gold and a blue, and that will determine if they get scurred and run away like skirty cats. Cool. I need to roll this die. So to the right of me, I have Krang, Norawas, Arethia, Bravelar, Tovak, and Wolfhawk in that order. I rolled a 1. We got some Krang. Krang skills can be great for this, actually. I mean, you don't get a chance to get a second motivation, which is something I'd like to do. But Battle Frenzy is great. Shamanic Ritual is great. Puppet Master can be okay. Master of Chaos, there's some really good skills in Krang's deck here that could come in very, very handy in this specific scenario. All right, what are my goals as I try to set out on this absurd task? All right, by the way, this is the dumbest thing I've ever done live. So, cool. Yeah, man, get that itch. Get it out. Look, my goals in this scenario is, before I take on Volkare's army, I want to get up to 48 fame. The difference between 3 armor and 4 armor is big time, because a lot of those orcs are doing 4 damage. So if you only have 3 armor, getting 2 wounds for a stupid little orc, that's not going to work. So I really want to get 48 fame. That's number 1. Number 2, I want to be in a position that I can at least get 1 solid attack in with Volkare the very last scenario, the very last turn of the 3rd day. That's very specific. It is very hard to beat this entire army in the 3rd night. There's too many enemies. And a lot of times that first time that you're attacking them, there's a good chance you're going to get knocked out. So if you get knocked out, that's no good for anybody the first time. So if you can do that and time it so that's the end of the 3rd day, and then you get to reshuffle your deck and you have another go at it with all your strong cards back, that could make that 3rd night a lot easier. Have I been able to defeat 11 enemies in the 3rd night? Sure. It just depends on the cards in my hand. Ideally, I knock out like a draconum and a city garrison and a couple of the orcs, and then we come back and we fight again in the 3rd night. You do have to watch out for the spells. I will definitely be tracking this deck. One of the things that I like to do is, if I can get through the first day and the first night with only 10 cards coming off Volkare's deck, I feel good. Now that's going through your cards quickly. I'm already really aggressive. So this this scenario plays to my play style a lot. So it's one of the reasons I really love it. You cannot do a lot of 1 or 2 card turns. It's just not going to work, man. Like, not at all. There's only 36 cards in here. So if you get through, again, you're averaging only 6 cards per round, but even it's not that much because, again, he's probably going to enter that portal around the 32nd, 33rd, or 44th card. So you actually don't have this entire deck to work with, depending on how the shuffle goes, right? And if Volkare ever gets around here and then he picks a spell, well, he moves and he goes through and he wins. Unless you're standing on the portal and you can defeat him on that first move. So there's a lot to think about there. Let's get the initial terrain up. We'll get some enemies on the board and get going. All right. So we have countryside tile number 11. We got a deep mine in the sands. We got a keep. We got a maze, and we have a village. Love having a village right there. I promise you I randomized this, but that is a really strong spot to have a village because, again, if I have time, I can get there in that 3rd day and I can just start pillaging the village, get a big hand, get myself set to really start going to war with Volkare. Here we have in the middle, we have countryside tile number 11. Oh, this was 14, sorry. So it's 14 and 11. We have a ruins. Ruins can be everything in this game. We'll see what comes up there. We got a mage tower and we got a rampaging orc. And then here we have some kindling. I will be sure to burn that sucker down. Almost definitely. We have a monastery. We have an orc. I mean, every chance you can get to get a strong spell or to take a shot of the artifact deck, you better take it in this scenario, at least the way I play it. So I have the ruins bag here. This is going to be face up because it is the day. Oh, not the ruins I wanted, but it will have to do. Maybe I'll use it if I'm desperate for some fame. I will probably never do that, though. Reality is mana is just too important to be spending 3 gold for 7 fame. All right, I'm going to put out the 6 orcs for Volkare's Legion first. So there's 1, there's 2. Let's be a little slow. Sorry about that. 3. I gotta take them one at a time so I make sure they're face down. That's 4. Again, I set up Volkare's army to begin the game. You know what's in it. You just don't know the exact identity of the various tokens. So that's 5 orcs. There's 6 orcs. And then we're going to put, I did see that one. It doesn't make a difference. And then I'm putting an orc up by Volkare's camp just for thematic purposes. Who's standing next to Volkare? We got a diggers up there. I would have much rather them in his legion. We're going to have an orc on the middle tile here. We got ourselves some rough riders, and then we have, not rough riders, wow, wolf riders, and then we have an orc war beast. Nice thing about both of those, they both give 3 fame. So immediately if we kill the wolf riders, we're already up to the 2nd level, and that's really, really big. All right, so that's done. I'm going to need to get some draconum. We're going to put 3 draconum in Volkare's little legion here. That's 1. Some of the draconum are nasty. The ice dragon's nasty. The summoning dragon, man, I freaking hate that one. Hey, what's up, Dave? How are you, man? And some of them are just really, really brutal. I mean, you want to see like the swamp dragon or like the high dragon's not even that bad. Then we're going to have another dragon up by Volkare's camp just for thematic purposes. It is a storm dragon. Don't mind seeing that sucker up there because he's next to impossible to block. It's like 16 physical block. Good luck with that. And then we're going to have 2 city garrisons. That's ruins. That's not helpful. Where are you, cities? Here we go. The only thing I care about core tiles is I generally go up there. I have one revealed so I can get some elite units in the unit offer in case, especially if I have call to arms, that's going to be really big. So I'm not that worried about, I will be highly unlikely to like siege a city or mess with the core tiles at all, other than I'm trying to get up there, I'm going to flip one, and then I'm going to come back. It is very, very, very not easy to do, but it's very, very possible to get the 48 fame you need with 8 countryside tiles. You're just killing everything. This is not about like maximizing to the sense. I mean, there's not the same like solo conquest. You're like, all right, do I really want to do this adventure site or do I not? For the most part, you're like, all right, where's an adventure site? How do I get there? How do I do it quick? I mean, you just want to kill everything. I mean, there is no sense to being discriminate. You just want to do everything to the maximum efficiency you can, and you cannot sit in a place and hope for better cards. You have to find a way to use the card you have. All right, so we got the Mage Tower garrison, and then we have the keep. That is all done. I'm going to draw my opening hand. Trying to think what I want to do here. I mean, if I go to this village, I can pillage that, potentially come in here. I don't love... I like Call to Arms a lot. I don't love Chill, because, again, anything that's powered by a red or a blue mana that says target enemies don't attack, again, that's not going to work against an enemy that has the corresponding resistance. So I like Whirlwind. I like something like anything that's powered by green or white. Now, if they have Arcane Immunity, you're screwed. But they're much more likely not to not be a problem, right? So I think Call to Arms is what I want for sure. If I leave this, I know I'm going to come back this way because I'm going to try to beat it on that village so I can do some pillaging. So if I try to focus from here, maybe go to that Mage Tower, get Call to Arms, work my way through here, and if I could end up on this monastery at the end of the first day, that's a really nice day. So we'll see how this pulls off. So I get first 5 cards I get is Promise, Stamina, Determination. I'm getting a lot of influence. Man, the Utum Swordsman. The units are really important, but I've had games where I just had 4. I had like the Utum brothers. I had like 2 Utum Swordsmen, an Utum Guardsman, and an Utum Crossbowman, and I had Into the Heat. It was ridiculous. I don't love... Yeah, I really don't love these units here. Because the only one I can get of the village, because I mean, I'm getting all my influence cards now early. I might just get the Herbalist just for kicks. That Heal 2 might come in handy. It does take a green mana, which I don't love. So we'll see. One of the cards I really love in this game is with Goldyx. His not his concentration, whatever his special card is that gives that +3. I mean, that makes Swiftness a 6 range attack, which is freaking everything. Yup, definitely. It still cracks me up how many people like don't want to burn the monasteries. Oh, by the way, so I do have another light behind me. So I'm trying to make it easier for people to see the cards in my hand. So because I know I have a bad habit of doing this, at least if I hold it there, you can still kind of get a sense of what's going on in my hand. Good, that's good news, man. That means I'm doing my job. Monasteries break this game open in some cool ways. All right, so here's my tactical choice, right? If I'm trying to keep Volkare down to like less than 10 scenarios, not 10 scenarios, 10 less than 10 turns. The earlier I take in the tactics, the more likely this is one less turn that he's going to have. This hand is not fantastic, but it could be worse. I mean, if I can try to recruit someone, if I get the magic familiars in the monastery, that's not awful. I really like planning, but I also like to hold on to it if I could. There's also a mana seal, which I found can be really helpful in this first day. But then you're stuck with 5 cards the entire time. Let me. I'll hold on to planning and great start for future turns, I guess. No, let me take planning now. Ah, what's the math? You know it's a bad sign when I'm already messed up here. Now, I'll take Mana Steel first, and then hopefully I roll a 4, 5, or 6 for Volkare. He rolls a 6. Awesome. So we are first, as part of Mana Steel, when you take this tag, they take 1 mana die of a basic color and put it on this card. I will take... I'm going to take the green because I'm going to want one available and when I get to Goldyx's +3 card. And now as my first turn, I think, so that sucker's got Swiftness, which is a little bad. So Big Mrs. Playthroughs is coming down the stairs. I don't know what's happening. Part of me is wondering if I go here, pillage the village, because I'm going to want to get more cards in my hand, and then I can go and I can take care of the monastery that way. That's probably the right choice here. So I'm going to power stamina. I'm going to use the gold. Why am I using the gold? Well, Volkare, he will most likely roll that gold before I have a chance to use it anyway. So I'm just going to use the gold, make sure I get it. That's going to give me move 4. Threaten gives me move 5, and I ended up in the village. That is not the most amazing turn ever, but the good thing is, again, I went before Volkare, and I'm going to be able to get some more cards out of my deck anyway with the pillage. I rolled that. It's blue. I clean up my play area. I draw out to my hand limit, which is... So I want to just use a 3 influence and get the herbalists as part of my first turn. Sure. I'm going to use... Yeah, I don't think the magic familiars are that amazing. I'm probably not going to have a chance to recruit anybody else. So fine, I'm going to use Promise and then Determination sideways for Influence 3 and get the herbalists. They could come in handy, so we'll see. At minimum, it gives me a green mana token. But if I need the heal too, they'll come in handy. So I'm going to draw up to 5. So that's 1, 2... So I got Rage, Improvisation, and Stamina, and then I got Will Focus. That's what I'm talking about. I'm Pillaging the Village. That gives me -1 reputation. I get Mana Draw and March. That's a fairly strong hand and should be enough for me to wipe out that sucker. And again, having the heal 2 from the Herbalist could come in handy. So, Volkare's turn. His first turn of the game, he just gets a wound. What happens when he gets a wound? He rolls his die. It's a gold. The gold matches the Utum Swordsman. The Utum Swordsmen are so scared, even though Volkare is 18 spaces away, that he runs away, and that's it. Cool. My turn. That didn't take long. I'm going to move 2. I'm going to keep that there. I'm going to move 2 with Stamina to get into here because it's day. The Mage Tower Garrison reveals. Ooh, and we have ourselves a Fire Mage. It's going to need 12 block because he's attacking me with 6 fire attack. It's got fire resistance, but that's fine. Unfortunately, I don't see a way I block that. So I'm going to take the 3 wounds, which makes me glad I have the Herbalist. I still also have Tranquility somewhere in my deck. So this should work out okay. I'm going to use 2 more movement to get into the Mage Tower. I need to lose a reputation because I'm sieging a fortified site. The Fire Mages attack. There's 6 attack. I have 2 armor. I take 3 wounds because 2 goes into 6 3 times. Advanced math for y'all. And then I'm going to, I just need 5 physical attack. I'm going to hold on to Swiftness and Will Focus. I'm going to play Improvisation. I'm going to discard my Rage card. And then I'm going to power that with the red from the source. That 5 physical attack is enough to defeat the Fire Mages. Fire Mages are super dead. I get 5 fame from that. I'm going to, that's a healing effect. Let me do that right now. I'm going to, again, you can do healing effects after combat. I'm going to use the die I got from Mana Steel. I'm going to use up the Herbalist, and I spent that green mana to get myself a heal 2. So this is out. I'm going to clean up my player, reroll both of these dice. It is a red and a red. And then I'm going to get my reward, which is going to be Call to Arms. I get a reward for beating the Mage Tower. And then I'm going to do my level up. So my level up, taking the top 2 skills off the deck. It is Motivation and something else. Who cares? I will tell you the name because I'm thorough. It is Green Crystal Craft. All right, Motivation of this. And now I'm going to take one of these suckers. Man, Mana Storm can be good. Blood Ritual is fine. Those wounds can really, really kill you, though. Power Crystals is interesting to me. I mean, Power Crystals is pretty much Mana Storm, but better. Although, like the reroll all dice thing for Mana Storm is pretty sick, especially because it gives you so many wilds if you need it. But we're only, again, we're not sieging all that much. I think Power Crystals will have more functionality for me over the course of the game. Plus, it has the flexibility of being a heal too. All right, talk myself into it. Great. So that's done. I'm going to put a shield on this Mage Tower. We're going to add one of Krang's skills to the skill offer. It is the Master of Chaos. So if I gain that, then we'll worry about all the mechanics of that one. I'm going to draw to my hand limit, which is still 5. Here we got some Power of Crystals. That's fine. Volkare's second turn. It is a red. So what did you do on a red? Well, he just looks around. He sees if anyone's within 2. Obviously, no one is. He's not attacking anybody. And then I roll this. Did I forget? Oh, because of the... I did. Thank you. There is. Yeah, so there's one advanced action that would have been Spellforge. Thank you. So there is one advanced action if I... you see how often I buy advanced actions from the monastery. Yeah, so for 6 influence in the monastery, I can get myself an advanced action. Mrs. Playthroughs is in the house. Cool. All right. So wait, I drew up to 5. This Volkare's second turn, he looks around. He doesn't attack anybody because no one's within 2. He is going to re-roll the red in the source, and now that becomes a black. What a jerk. I'm going to use my motivation skill, draw 2 cards. I'm going to get a green. And I'm going to... so this dude is... again, the Wolf Riders have an attack of 3, but they have swiftness. So it'd be 6 block to block it. That's more than I have. I have this green. I might as well take advantage of that now because I don't have a ton of other crystals here. So I'm going to use Will Focus. I'm going to get the stronger effect of swiftness plus 3. So I'm doing a range attack of a 6. Clearly enough to beat the Rough Riders. I don't know why I keep saying that. The Wolf Riders. I get a reputation back because I defeated a rampaging enemy. I get 3 fame. Now, after the combat, before the end of my turn, I'm going to play Power of Crystals because it's a special effect, so I can totally do that. I'm going to get a crystal of a color that I don't already own. I will take I will get myself a white crystal for my inventory. No, let me get a green. Green's just always more flexible. That's fine. All right, with the movement card in my hand and whatnot, I think that makes more sense. I'm not going to use it for the heal because I know I still have Tranquility. So that's fine. That's the end of my turn. This goes away. Clean up my play area. I do a level up, so now my armor is now a 3 instead of a 2. Maybe I get that. No, I'm not going to have enough influence. I don't think. Cool. I draw out my hand limit, which is 5. Volkare's third turn. It is green. All right, good. I like getting the greens out, the spells out early because it's a green spell. So Volkare is going to move 2, and he moves in this general direction. So it's 1, 2. If you look at the source, there is no green die, so Volkare is just going to chill there. So happy to get 2 spells out early. My turn. I'm going to Power March. Do I want to do that? I don't have whites. I don't have anything. Yeah, it's fine. So the Magic Familiars are interesting because, again, I have this Call to Arms. The Magic Familiars are interesting that you cannot use them in any way because they have that exclamation point symbol. It's like them and the Defana Masters. So I am stuck just kind of either deciding to recruit them there or not. I don't think I'm going to have the influence to. Maybe I can kill off... Yeah, Illusionists are not that helpful right now either. All right, so I have a move 2. I guess the real question is, do I want to burn? Yeah, I don't have that many attack cards anyway. I think I'm just going to make this the end of the round here. I really don't want to burn that green crystal. So that's move of 2, move 3, move 4, and 5. That's going to get me there. I'm fine with that. Obviously, I can't attack the Orc Morbius. I have no more cards. I'm drawing out the rest of my hand limit. It's my Tranquility, of course, Crystal Joy, and Swiftness. So it is what it is. I'm just going to call it end of the round. After Volkare's turn, Volkare gets a white. So blue and white come down this way. Is there a white in the source? There is not. I'm going to declare end of round. So I held him to 4 turns, which is good, which is really good. So let's see what I can do next turn with what I have. So shuffling up my deed deck. So I'm in a good spot because I can potentially recruit because I'm on the monastery. I have the Orc Warbeast to kill, which is 3 fame. I can burn down the monastery, get myself an artifact, right? So there's a few things I'm going to be able to do right off the bat in the next round, which will give me, make sure I'm making maximum use of all these turns. I'm going to get 4 more units into the unit offer. So we have some foresters, some red cape monks, some savage monks, and some thugs. The red cape monks and savage monks are both interesting, especially because I am sitting right on the monastery. This is probably should move. Yeah, I'll just put this here for now. We're going to flip the source. I rolled. It is a black, a gold, a blue, and a green. Cool. I'm going to draw. Oh, we have to get rid of Blood Ritual. So now we have to get rid of Spellforge too. Then they burn down the monastery yet. So the new advanced action in the unit offer is Temporal Portal. I actually really like that one. And then the new action in Shield in the advanced action offer is Shield Bash.
You have some comments about
Shield is going away, and then we have Charm. Yup. That's pretty much how I sound to myself even. So I'm drawing on my hands. Oh, I refreshed my skills. So many exciting things. I would really love a, what would I love? I would love a swiftness, because then I could just wipe that sucker out. Or actually, if I get a swiftness, that could really come in handy against the Mage Tower garrison that's going to be guarding the monastery for when I burn it down. All right, so what I want to do. So at Long Night, I find really not great for this scenario. Mana Search can be helpful, but it's so random, and I just don't roll well enough. Midnight Meditation is interesting. I mean, sometimes you're just stuck. Preparation's fine. The problem with preparation is you're most likely going second, which is you're just giving away an extra turn. The real question is, what would I take? Let me take a swiftness. That's fine. So I'm gonna take preparation. We're gonna roll to see what Volkare gets. Where's my die? There it is. I have another one over there. I rolled a 4, so Volkare is first. And I'm gonna take one of my swiftnesses out because I want it in my hand. Thank you. So the other thing I want to try to set myself up for here is I might be getting rid of the herbalist that way, but the Call to Glory is really, really nice. So if I can maybe recruit and then use the Call to Glory, that could be interesting. All right, so we have preparation. I took a swiftness. It's in my hand. We're good. And then Volkare's first. Now notice Volkare's tactic doesn't lead the game. It's only the player tactic. It just determines, again, where he goes. I'll put his player turn order token there. Volkare's up. He gets a wound. We're rolling this die. It is white. Again, this is gold. This is blue. So our indecisive units are holding firm. My turn. I am going to... I'm not sure whether I want to take out the Orc War Beasts and give myself one more turn to potentially get some influence cards here, or I just want to go ahead and burn down the monastery and just give up on the idea of recruiting the Red Cape monks or the Savage monks the old-fashioned way. Knowing that I have the Call to Glory card helps give me some options. What do I want to do? I wish I knew... All right, and I was like, why do I have 6 cards? I have 6 cards because I played I took preparation. All right, let me kill the Orc War Beast just because they're taunting me. So I'm just gonna play Will Focus. I'm gonna power it with this green. That gives me a range attack 6. Oh, before they do that too, I'm gonna spend 2 points of movement. So we're gonna flip this tile. So I'm exploring. Ooh, we got another. Ooh, that's interesting. That was green. I might actually try to wipe out both these things. Let's see what this sucker is. Again, you can challenge multiple orcs or rampaging enemies that are adjacent to you. This rampaging enemy is just a prowler. He's kind of a weenie. And then we have the Mage Tower garrison. So I probably will just wipe them both out. I think that will make more sense. Mage Tower garrison is face down. I might try to siege that by the end of the day. I don't love the spells though. I really, really don't. Wings of Wind can be interesting. It almost replaces flight in a way. But you know, obviously a little bit more intensive because you need the mana. Alright, let me use my move. If I take both these guys on, I can kill the Orc Warbeast, take 2 wounds, and then kill that guy. And then I have the Herbalists. So I'll be able to heal. Oh, and I have Power Crystals too. Sure, if I'm going to do it that way, let me use my motivation skill. 1, 2. Oh, this is even grosser. Oh, cool. So I'm going to play Power Crystals. I'm going to gain a white crystal because it's a color crystal I don't have. And then I'm going to challenge both these guys. Done. I'm going to use the green from the source to give me a range attack of 6. I'm going to play Swiftness, use the white crystal I just got because of Power Crystals. That gives me a range attack of 9. I can group them together. Neither of them are fortified, and neither of them are physically resistant, so I can group them both together for the purposes of wiping them both out in the range or siege attack phase, which is amazing. So they are both dead. I get 5 fame. That gets me up to 13, and then I get 2 reputation bump because I killed 2 rampaging enemies. This goes away. I'm going to reroll that. It is now black, which isn't great. Wishing I maybe took Mana Search at this point. And now I'm drawing up to my hand limit, which is still only 5. So I use a lot of my strong skills to get that done, but I think that made some sense. I don't love my mana situation, though, at all. Yikes. I mean, if I give up on the Red Cape Monks, the Forcers should come in handy. I take some wounds, I still have the Herbalists, but then my attack is limited to a 7? Not awful. Problem is if I get, like, there are definitely the few enemies that have like paralyze and stuff. I mean, oh no, wait, that's not the. I guess there's one. I'm trying to think. I know the monsters have a couple that give you paralyze. I'm not sure if the monks are as awful. The other option, to try to recruit. Still really need a red. What the heck? Yeah, these my cards and mana combo are not coming together. All right. Well, I'm going to turn this sideways so it's easier to track. I think it'll be more instructive that way. So it's Volkare's second turn. Remember, he went first this turn. He gets a red. He looks around, so he's like not moving at all early. Again, I don't really pay much attention to that because I know how many turns he has, and we're going to need to get a move on.
David likes your turn.
Yeah, that was good. I do wish I've been rolling dice better because a white or a red would go a really long way for me right now. I don't want to leave here until I burn it down. Which is obvious. Oh, this is bad. Going there is not going to help me at all. Could just drop 3 cards, see what I pull. I'm going to be basically maxed out at 7 damage. That's going to kill most of the Mage Tower garrisons. There's that one that's like the friggin' orc goblin thing. That could be really bad for him. Oh, this is terrible. This is really bad. 3, 4, 5. The most influence I can get is 6, which again I'm 1 away from. If I had a +1, the 6 would be amazing. Oh, I could do temporal portal. I almost don't hate that. Temporal Portal is a really good card. It's not going to help me do the rest of what I wanted to do this turn, though. But it's definitely a good card. You get to just being able to draw a bigger hand. Oh, shoot. I have mana draw, but I don't have access to any mana that I want. This is garbage. I'm stalling because I have nothing else to do. Temporal Portal. Hand limit would be increased by 2. Where am I at there? Yeah, I think I'm just going to take it. It's crazy, but these cards just are not going together. I get a chance of picking up a lot of influence cards to get a unit as well. So I'm going to use improvisation, discard, stamina. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to use all my cards, get influence 6, pick up Temporal Portal. I got to do something. So there's no more things to recruit there. We'll see what I pull. Again, I don't even have a white. Man, I don't even have a white to use the power, the Call to Glory. This is where that card, that Tactic 4, Midnight Meditation, could come in really handy. So anyway, I'm picking up 5 cards. There's 1 influence card. We're going to go to Volkare's third turn. He gets a blue. He's going here. We're rolling the blue and the source. Don't go black on me. Man, it's gold. Even better. Wow, I have no mana. That was really bad. Okay, well, that went from bad to worse. I am going to, I think I have Threaten still in my thing. I'm going to use the Herbalist to get a green mana token. I'm going to use the green mana token on Tranquility to get me 2 more cards. There's my 1 wound that I forgot I had. Awesome. I'm going to spend 2 influence, 4 influence, 5, 6, 7 influence to get me the Savage Monks. This is just nuts. I like the Siege Attack. I really like the Red Cape Monks too. The Fire Attack can come in really big, but I think the Siege Attack from the Monks in this specific scenario is too good. Yes. Yes, it's this is not going well. But we're getting through cards, and there's a path. It's just gonna take a little bit more maneuvering than ideal. So again, I basically got Temporal Portal, I got the Savage Monks. So again, the more interaction I do this turn, then the less interaction I'll need to do next turn. So there is that benefit. Man, I can't even get a blue. I can't even get a blue. Crystal Joy is now useless. Call to Arms is now useless, which is one of the reasons I really felt it was important to get the Savage Monks. There's just like a kind of a garbage sequence of events. All right, Volkare's turn. He gets a white. He's going down here. There's no white for him to roll. Obviously, my turn. The monks won't help me burn down the monastery, so we're just going to call it a day. That was really, really bad. First night, kids. It was just awful. The only saving grace is I think we were able to limit him to 4 turns, so it would, in theory, give us more time to do some of the things that we're going to need to do in the turns going forward. But yeah, that was not a very productive round. So yeah, he's only one of 8 cards. By the way, so the way I understand the Lost Region rules, you put a skill for each level you go up. That's how I've read it. I have not seen anyone that has been able to convince me that I'm reading it wrong. That's how it's written. And I've looked up a bunch of times trying to get clarifications to make sure that wasn't just like a typo or a misprint, but it appears that again, Lost Legion wants you to have more variety and more options, so that's how I understand it. The Guardian Golems are available if I get some influence. We'll see. We'll see. So I literally did not move last turn. Oh, it's awesome. So I rolled a gold, 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 and black. This rolling is not going to do me any favors in this scenario. Red, 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 white. That's better, I guess. Wow. Mana Storm goes away. We are going to get another card here. I never burned down the monastery, so amazingly that lives. That's pathfinding. And we have ambush here. We're going to have misform. That comes off. And we have this. It's offering. I actually really like offering. That could come in handy. I'm going to draw my hand limit of 5. 1, 2, a bunch of healing and movement. This is exactly what I wanted. It's amazing. What the what is happening? All right, rethink. It's a no-brainer. Great start and planning are great, but rethink. Yeah, I don't know how I don't do that one. I will take these 3. So and hopefully that'll let me go first again. I'm rolling for Volkare. It's a 6. Awesome. So I am first. So with rethink, I get to discard 3 cards. I'm discarding my movement cards and stamina. I draw 3 new cards. I get rage, temporal portal, and a wound. And then I shuffle these up. All right, so I'm first again, which helps. I'm going to use my motivation skill to draw 2 more cards. Oh man, I'm trying to seize this thing. It's not. This is nuts. This is really nuts. I have a bunch of influence cards. Awesome. What's my attack? My attack is limited to 5. Garbage. My attack is limited to garbage. Oh, I get a green crystal. I get a green mana because of that. I'm gonna play power. Oh, I could get a crystal from that. It still gives me 7. This is a garbage attack. I'm gonna power that with the green mana I got from my motivation skill. Again, if you have the least fame, you get the green mana. I definitely have the least fame. It's a solo game. So I'm going to draw up 2 more cards because of power crystals. This is a wee bit better. And now let's see. I'm going to pull the Mage Tower guy once and for all and hope for good luck. I'm going to lose 3 reputation off the bat. I go to -1 there, and now we get sorcerers. Could be worse. So I need to make sure I get to the 7 fame. Now he's not fortified, but I don't have 7 ranged attack. That's not going to work. So what I could do is 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see how much of this I can block. That's a 7 attack that would kill him. Definitely going to take some wounds. I can get 2 wounds instead of 3. That's better. So fine. I'm going to play Threaten, my March card, and my Call to Arms sideways to block 1 of the 2 attacks. The sorcerers have 2 attacks. They both have brutal. I can't block the other, so he's going to come in with 3 points of damage. Because he has brutal, it comes in at 6. I have 3 armor, so I take 2 wounds. And then in the melee phase, I'm going to play Rage. I'm going to power it with a red from the source. I have Swiftness sideways, and then I'm going to play Rage for attack 2. So it's attack 7 total, which kills that dude. Whoo! This is it's quite the playthrough. All right, so I burned down the monastery, so no way am I getting pathfinding. I'm going to put this away. I'm going to get myself a 5 fame that goes to 13 up to 18. That's going to be a level up, so I'm going to clean up my play area first. So I rolled a red. These all go away. I have never played so many freaking cards sideways in my life. I'm going to get my reward. My reward is a artifact. If the monks would stop hiding artifacts, I would stop burning them down. All right, here we go. So Banner of Glory, assigned this to a unit you control. The assigned unit gets +1 armor, +1 to any attacks or blocks it makes. Whenever this unit attacks or blocks, fame +1. Units you control get armor +1 and +1 to any attacks. So the stronger effect is all the units get that. Then we have Soul Harvester. It's attack 3 for 1 enemy defeated by this attack. Gain a crystal to your inventory. Soul Harvester I find to be great in theory, but just not that helpful in practice. I think Banner of Glory actually makes more sense. I don't love either of them. But Banner of Glory, I can put that on the Savage Monks, and that gives me a siege attack of a 5, so that could definitely be worse. still have, all right, I still have tranquility. I have to do my level up.
Did something good happen, or are you getting trolled?
I'm getting trolled, I think. I don't know. So I'm pulling up my skills. Flight is a no-brainer. And I'm going to want the healing, so I'm going to take a refreshing walk. Awesome. I'm going to draw out my hand limit, which is just the 5. Refreshing walk will be helpful. We're going to go to Volkare's first turn in this round. It is a white. He's going to keep moving this direction. There is a white in the source. We roll it. It's now black, because why would I have a nice assortment of things to choose from? This is nuts. This is really nuts. Cool. I mean, this is great. All right, I'm going to do move 2 to go here. So it's move 2 plus heal 1. So this goes away. I'm going to use the green, the only crystal I have to heal 2. This is going to flip over. So it's monks are chilling there. So I use the herbalist up to get that heal 2. Again, I have the banner is I'm gonna have a siege attack 5 at the monks. Of course, I don't think I'm gonna have a green to do it, but that's fine. And then I'm gonna play temporal portal as the action for my turn. I can move to an adjacent space. All right, it's a safe space. I moved into the village, and then next time I draw cards, my hand limit is 1 higher. Awesome. So my hand limit is now 5 plus 6 because of temporal, plus 1 because of temporal portal, so it's gonna be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have the Banner of Glory, Determination, Stamina, Will, Focus, and Proposition in March. Again, it was 5 plus the 1 Temporal Portal, and I'm definitely pillaging the village to get 2 more. 1 and 2. And yikes. All right. And I still have Flight, which could definitely come in handy at the end of the round. So Volkare's second turn, it's a wound. He's going to roll. He gets a red. Fine. My turn, I'm going to assign Banner of Glory to the Savage Monks. So he gets +1 to all of his stuff. Now this mana can go away. Now I can't use Flight to get into there because you have to end on a safe space. So we're going to have to get in there the hard way. Mana draw is absolutely useless because the source has not been my friend. So I'm going to play Stamina, and Mana draw for move 5. I'm sieging a fortified site. I lose 1 reputation. Great. I'm going to play Will Focus to get myself a green crystal because I'm desperate for crystals. I'm going to play I'm going to activate the Savage Monks with that Siege Attack 4. It becomes a Siege Attack 5 because of the Banner of Glory. So this dude is dead. I get +1 fame because I use the Savage Monks with the Banner of Glory. I get 4 more fame because of the Savage Monks who were defeated. Monk on monk crime. It's a thing. And then we're going to take... Oh, I never replenished the advanced action offer. So we have mountain lore there. So I'm going to clean up my play area. We're going to get my reward. What is my reward? It's going to be offering. I do like that one. It's one way to, it's helpful to get rid of a lot of cards, and it's, Burning Shield, that's what I'm talking about. I just don't find Wings of Wind that useful against Volkare because it's just so hard to have that much movement. And if you're using it really effectively in Wings of Night, you're basically, you're going to have nothing but movement in your hand. So it doesn't actually give you attack. And it's not like it can work even with counterattack because it doesn't count as a block, so it's not actually giving you a stronger effect there. So it is what it is. I'm really desperate for crystals. That has not gone well for me. So I think offering will really, really help. If I get +1 more fame too, I will be drawing up to 6 cards in my hand, which can be really helpful here. So my turn is over. End of turn sequence. I'm going to draw up. I get offering, shocker, tranquility, and crystallize. All of that is good. This goes away. Volkare's third turn. It's a wound. He rolls again. It's a blue. So the scouts are scared. They run away. My turn, I'm going to play Tranquility to draw 1. I'm going to use Flight to move to an adjacent space. I'm going to move here. I'm going to Power Offering as a special effect. I get a red crystal to my inventory, and then I get +1 crystal for different cards that I discard. I'm going to discard Crystal Joy, Determination, and Improvisation. So, and I can discard up to 3 cards. I get a crystal for each. I get 2 blues and a red for that. And in addition to the red that comes off the top, right? Because you may discard up to 3 nominal cards in your hand. For each discarded card, gain a crystal of that color to your inventory. Cool, that will definitely help next round. Now I have, I used Flight. I haven't played any movement cards. I'm going to play March for move 2. I just knocked over the dragon. He's pissed. It's fine. So this comes off. So we have ourselves, I like that tile a lot. We'll see where Volkare goes if it's more realistic. But we're going to have another Mage Tower. It is going to be face up because I am adjacent to it, and it is day. Well, Burning Shield is actually really strong. That might be too good to pass up. And then we'll have a keep here. Now, if I get all these spells, obviously I'm going to need to find an artifact that's going to give me pretty much unlimited access to black mana. So that's like another thing that's going to need to come together. Yeah, getting up to 48 is probably going to be hard, as Daniel pointed out, because that second round was so abysmally bad. But we'll see. And then I have 2 more move points. I'm going to use, with Swiftness, I'm going to use that to explore this tile. We have an orc in my face. Where else would the orcs be? We have a red mine, and that's it. Cool. So this is face up. It's a catapult. Oh, my favorite. Great. I'm going to clean up my play area. It's gold. Volkare has gone pretty far for a dude I've kept a very few turns. I picked up my last card. Volkare goes. It's white. Wow. All right, it's the white spell. He moves there. He rolls the gold die. It's gold still. And I declare end of round. He has moved a ton. So if you look, though, he's only had 4 wounds out of 12 cards. He's only had 2 red cards, and he's had 2 of his double movement spells. So he will be, at some point, he's going to be stalled for 5, 6, or 7 turns just by the law of averages. It is what it is. Unless the bottom 9 cards are wounds, we should have time to work some things out. But it does mean getting to that dungeon might be hard, because if he stalls there, again, if you're adjacent to him and he pulls red, he's already pulled a red spell, so I don't have to worry about being 2 spaces away. But if I'm adjacent and he pulls a red card, all of a sudden I'm going to have to either fight him, but more likely I'll just have to take wounds. I think it's 2 wounds during the first day or night, 3 wounds during the second day or night, and 4 wounds during the third day or night. I don't know why I pulled that off. So we have 4 regular units still. We have scouts. We have herbalists. We have peasants. And we have boots crossbowmen. We're going to flip this. So I think the realistic path for me, that keep's going to be hard. I don't know if I want to get potentially trapped in there, although having flight makes that less scary, because if I go get that keep, then potentially I could fly across the mountain, because, I'm a freaking dragon. And dragons fly across mountains, kids. That's what they do. All right, we have a white, a blue, a red, and a black. The other concern I have going on right now, well, I do have Call to Glory if I can actually use it one of these days. I burned down the monastery, so no more advanced actions in the unit offer. The other thing concerning me is I'm getting close to that X. But again, Call to Glory is not normal interaction, so the X only matters so much. Bam. All right, Mana Bolt's great too. Those are, oh man. Those are some really nice. Those are some really nice spells. I like them both. I probably like Mana Bolt a little bit more. If I'm gonna be just the flexibility, the range attack is really nice. Burning Shield is a little bit more involved. You kind of need a couple things to come together for it to be super useful, including not getting knocked out. All right, my units are gonna reset. I'm gonna look at these. Midnight Meditation, Sparing Power. I'm taking Sparing Power. Bless you. Mrs. Playthroughs is in the house and she's sneezing. Why do I take Sparing Power in the second night? Again, we're on the tight setting. The reality is that we're not going to have much time in the third night to be allowing Sparing Power to build up very much. So I find it really, really strong and a lot better use of Sparing Power to use it in the second night, which is something I would probably never do in like Solo Conquest. I very rarely would do in other scenarios. But in this scenario, I find that important. So clearly, Volkare is going to go first because, he's a jerk. And here we go. So his first turn, I got to draw my hand limit is 5. We got Rage, Swiftness, Tranquility, Call to Arms. I don't have a white. Of course I don't have a white. Oh, you're kidding me. Ugh. I'll probably do the. Oh, I don't even have a command. Oh, I'll have a command token in a second. So I need to defeat something. That's one exception too. If say I like defeated the catapults, um, you know, I guess if I was like, if I didn't have a command, this is like really in the weeds. If I didn't have a command token available, but I was like doing something that was going to give me a hero, a unit, you can level up before you get your reward from battle. That's the only time you can do that. All right. Let me see. This is Siege Attack 5. The one skill I didn't take when I saw Flight, because Flight's just so helpful. Freezing Power could have been really strong to combo that with the Savage Monks. I mean, it's a nice little Siege Attack 6, but I think this made more sense. The problem I'm having right now is I don't see a way that I'm going to be able to block those sorcerers. And they have poison, so that's an assassin. So I can't even assign it to the herbalist or something. So that's 2 wounds to my hand, and then 2 to the discard pile with the poison ability. Volkare goes first. I haven't done that yet, so let me do that. It's blue. Wow, dude is just he's unstoppable. Right, so he goes there. We do roll the blue in the source. Green. Yikes. This is bananas. My units can't help me in the dungeon because they don't fit for some reason, which is awesome. Thinking about using Flight, maybe going to the dungeon first. I can hit up the Mage Tower on the way back. It's not very efficient. I definitely want Mana Bolt, the Burning Shield. Oh, first Sparing Power triggers. Okay. Let me use I'm using my motivation skills quick, but I don't know another way to do this. I'm going to use motivation for 2 cards. I'm going to use that green mana I get from my motivation skill to power Tranquility to get 2 more cards. I have mana draw, which is what I would need to use Call to Arms with, which is nice. Block 3. Oh, that'd be block 4. Oh, that's right. The Savage Monks have +1 to everything. If I did block 4, this could work. Let me siege the Mage Tower. So I'm going to use Stamina for move 2. I'm going to power the blue from my inventory. I'm sieging a fortified site. I lose a reputation. I'm down to -3 on the reputation track. The sorcerers, I'm going to block them with the Savage Monks. That is a block of 4 because of Banner of Command. I get another fame for that, so I'm going to do that before I forget. I'm going to play this Rage. It gives me a block 6. Cool. Now I'm going to power Rage with ish. I'm going to power Rage. Yeah, I'm going to power Rage, the other Rage in my hand. I have so much Rage to give me attack 4. And I'm going to use this Swiftness and the Refreshing Walk Sideways to give me attack 6. That is enough to defeat the Sorcerers. I get 5 fame for that. I already took the 1 because of the Savage Monks and the Banner of Glory. I can actually reset them too with the Herbalist, which is enticing. Then I'm going to clean up my play area. I get my reward. What's my reward? It is a spell. What spell do I want? I think I take Mana Bolt. I just think it's very close for me. I just like that better than Burning Shield. Expose. Expose can be really strong in this scenario. You can get all enemies to lose all resistances, which is like, thank you, because there's so many dragons that have all those physical resistances. That can be really, really bad. And then I do my level up. What's my level up? I get another command token, which will allow me to use Call to Glory next turn. And I'm going to get another one of Krang's skills. I should have 2 more of Krang's skills here. We got Battle Frenzy, which I love, and then it's like his wound management skill, which is Regenerate. Because he is an orc, a Chaos Orc Shaman, and clearly they regenerate. I'm going to draw up to my hand limit, which is 6. 4, 5. Notice I did just go up on that hand limit. This could be a nice combo. Will Focus and Swiftness. I go into that dungeon. Oh, and I still have my flight. Oh. Alright, cool. Things are coming together. We're up to 29 fame. And considering he's going to stall. I mean, like, literally, he's had 2 of his spells already. I'm more saying this to convince myself than you guys. This is nuts. Because out of his 13 cards, literally 7 of them have given him movement. That's not usual. Yay, it's a wound! Thank you. So we're going to roll that. It's white. All my indecisive units are holding firm. Because they're strong. Or something like that. I'm going to play Mana Draw and Call to Arms. I can use 2 die from the source, and I'm going to Call to Glory, recruit any 1 unit in the unit's offer for free. That is not an action. It is just a thing that I can do because I am a freaking dragon, and I can do whatever I want. Then I'm going to play Flight. I'm going to do move 2. Oh, Sparing Power. Before I forget, move 2. I'm going to use March for that move 2, and I'm going to get myself into... Now, this is a safe space. It's an adventure site, right? So I can, in theory, do something there, but it doesn't necessarily automatically trigger combat. So there's no orc there. It's not a fortified site, so that is a safe space. We're good. So I'm going to end my turn there. Since I use Mana Draw for its basic effect, I reroll both of these. It is a red and a white. I clean up my play area, and now I draw up to 6. Power Crystals, Crystal Joy, and Improvisation. Don't hate. Volkare's 3rd turn of this round.
You're receiving something.
It's another wound. I roll that. It's black. There's good. Yeah, man. This is... I mean, I'm oddly optimistic right now. So, like, which is probably a mistake. Probably a mistake. Alright, my turn. I'm going to put Sparing Power. Alright, let's get that nice and charged up. I'm going to use Improvisation. I think I should just do this because again, movement phase and then action phase. So I think this is how I want to do this. I have plenty of ways to kill things. So I'm going to use Improvisation and Crystal Joy to explore this tile. And what do we have? It is the White City. White City is going to be a level 4 at this stage of the game. I am not messing with them. I don't care. Level 4, level 6. It's something like that. I forget what it is. I never see them. So at Legendary, yeah, it's level 4. So I don't know why I'm taking... Oh, there's a Keep Garrison who goes here. He'll be face down. And then we have a dragon in my face who I will not be attacking. That's face up. It is the High Dragon. Because Colorado. Alright, I am entering the dungeon. So I get a random monster enemy. What do we got? It is a Crypt Worm. It is fortified, unfortunately, so my grandiose plans to use Will Focus is not going to work. Get all my units. They don't fit in the dungeon. So that's going to be a problem. So can I get a siege attack more than a 6? I cannot, which is really disappointing. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take 2 wounds because the Crypt Worm is attacking me with 6. I have 3 armor. Done. And then we're going to just in the melee phase. Now I'm going to use my grandiose plan of, do I want that green? Yeah. Now I'm going to do Will Focus to get the melee attack of the range attack of a 6, but I'm using it in the melee phase. Again, I took those wounds. So Crypt Worm is dead. That's 5 fame. It gets me up to 34. After the combat, I'm going to play Power Crystals to get a green crystal, and then I'm going to use the healing effect of the Herbalist to heal 2. Bam! Herbalists have come in actually fairly substantial. They've been good. I can't really complain with them too much. I'm going to clean up my play area. Boom, that goes there, this goes there. I'm one shy from another level up, so we're up to 34. 48 is looking more and more realistic, but I do get my reward. Now, dungeon. I'm going to roll a die. If it is gold or black, I get a spell. If it is one of the other 4 colors, all the basic colors, I get a artifact. I kind of like those spells enough that I won't be that upset, but again, 2/3 of the times it's an artifact. It's gold. Well, I really need to find a way to get unlimited black mana. So that's where the artifacts now all of a sudden are really important for me, because I'm going to need black mana to power the 70 spells I have. I think let's blow it up on range attack. I just don't see how I don't. Elemental attack is one thing, but if I can say, hey, you lose all your resistances, who cares? And that goes there. Oh, fireball. Wow, spells are coming with a fierceness. Unlimited black mana would be very, very important for my life. So the question is, where can I get an artifact to potentially get like the ruby ring or the diamond ring or, you know, the sapphire ring? Just give me a ring, any ring. I'm gonna pull up to my hand limit, which is 6. Look at all these spells. There's so many. Ooh, all right, that's a nice way to end this round. I'll be able to get a fair amount of movement. And we shall work again. Where am I working my way back? I'm working my way back to that maze and that village, and we'll see what I encounter on the way. 48 might be tough, but we'll see. We will see. I'm gonna have this monster den. That might not be the worst. I really don't have anything to attack. I mean, I have the crossbowman. Okay. That's fine. Volkare's turn. Oh, sparing powers over there too. That's nice. So, man, another one. He's moving again, and we reroll the blue because he's a jerk. It's still blue. Man, I don't think I've ever held him to so few turns, but this is where he normally is in like round 5, so which is ridiculous. My turn. I'm going to undo sparing power. Right, he's only had 4 turns this turn, yeah. So I was on top of that the whole time. Temporal portal. Ooh. Oh, this could be a very nice combination here. So here's the thing with temporal portal. We'll see if I do it. So if Volkare declares, if I do, no, it's not going to work. Never mind. And temporal portal is interesting. Like solo conquest, if the dummy player declares end of round, you can use that extra card draw in the following round. But I don't think the mechanics of that will actually work with how Volkare's quest is set up. So let me maximize my movement here. So I'm going to play stamina for move 4. So I need 1, 2, 3. I need 8 movement to get there. Temporal portal. Stamina for move 4. Yeah, I'm going to use March for move 2, and I'm going to use... I guess I do just play Temporal Portal. That's not the worst idea. Well, if that's the case. Temporal Portal for move 4. I'm going to use Threaten Sideways for move 5. So that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to use Temporal Portal just to move to the adjacent thing. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to take advantage of the extra card draw because I have no more cards on my D deck, but I think that's fine. I rolled that. That's blue. And at least I was able to move to an adjacent spot. Volkare should be a wound. It is. Rolling this. Gold or blue. It is not. And it says units hold firm. I am going to use offering. Siege attack. Blue. Yeah, I can get a ranged ice attack, which is nice, and I have the ranged attack from the crossbowman too. Rampage and catapult. Oh shoot! Yeah, that's a good point. Man, Volkare was blocking him. Let me go back. That is a very good point, sir. I appreciate that. All right, I'm going to. I moved 5. My hand was the same, so that helps. So it's basically like I never played the temporal portal. Yeah, that's different. Well, great. Exposed. Target enemy loses all fortifications and resistances. It's combat. Range attack 2. Dead. Catapult is super dead. That was easy. So I get a reputation back and 4 fame. It actually worked out. That's probably what I should have been doing anyway. I get my level up, so I'm going to roll this. It is black. I already did Volkare's turns. I'm just going to put this over here so I don't forget that. Yeah, exposed can be really sick, man. I'm going to look at the next 2 skills on Volkare's deck. I'm sorry, Goldyx's deck is so I have. Oh, ambush is actually really strong. Ambush or Swiftbolt is the question. I have so many things that are going to take my white mana, though, white crystals. But again, I could use Swiftbolt just to get a white crystal. So again, my options are red crystal craft or potion making. So yeah, thanks, Jonas. I really appreciate that, man. I think I take Battle Frenzy from Krang's skill, and that means I have to take Ambush. End of my turn, I would have counted. I'm just going to drop. No. After I killed them, I could do a special effect. So I would have powered offering with a red crystal in my inventory, and I will drop Promise and Temporal Portal. So I'm going to power that. I get a red crystal back. I'm going to get a white and a blue. Just to be really efficient here, and then I draw to my hand limit, which is 6. Done. Had I been like moving slower and whatever, then that's really the right strategic play there. I didn't take either of these skills, so they go off. We do add another one of Krang's skills to the supply. It is something very helpful. Turn to the solo playthroughs. You will find out it is something. Arcane Disguise. All right, well, Volkare's turn. Again, already did it. My turn. I'm going to play move 4 with Ambush. I get a bonus of 4 to any block card I play, but ultimately I'm going to try to kill this sucker with Mana Bolts and my Crossbowman and my Battle Frenzy. So I'm going to go there. I don't even have a green to power it, so that's fine. So I can't even explore if I wanted to. I'm going to get a random monster enemy. Monsters for the win. Still trying to get the 48 here. Oh, it is a gargoyle. Gargoyle, you're toast because I'm going to play Mana Bolts. I'm going to power it with a blue from my inventory, and I'm going to power it with a white from the source. That gives me a ranged ice attack of a 6. The gargoyles are physically resistant, but that ice attack is perfectly fine. And wiping him out, that gives me 4 fame. That gets me up to 42. I roll this die. It's white. These go away. And now I get my reward. I've already cleaned up my play area. The reward for beating a monster den is you roll a mana die twice and you get crystals. So again, really found a way somehow to boost up my inventory here. And with all the spells I have, that will be super important. So first mana roll is a blue. Second one is a white. So the only thing I'm lacking here is some green crystals, and that will be important to find, especially with Will Focus. I have 1 card left. Volkare's last turn for the round. It's a green, so he's going to move across the lake now. No green on the source, so we're fine. I'm fine with end of round. I have no wounds, which is insane. And somehow 48's looking more and more reasonable. Volkare only had 6 turns that round. That's really strong. Dude has still has 9 wounds in his deck and a couple of red cards. So should be exactly where I want to be. We'll see. We'll see if I can't get the 48, get to that village, and get in one solid attack at the end of this day. Again, the biggest thing, if I can get an artifact that gives me unlimited black mana for that last night, that will make a very substantial difference in my chances in this scenario. All right, done. That's shuffled. Going to put out units. Again, we have a quartile on the board finally, so we're going to get a Amhotep Freezers, we're going to get a Foresters, and then you alternate elite, regular, elite, regular. The elites always go first. They are indecisive, and the Foresters are indecisive as well. We're going to move this. Not too worried about recruiting. By the time I get to that 4th command token, again, I will have Call to Glory hopefully available to me in the last round. My last warm-up game before tonight was with Norwas, and I was able to get was really able to take advantage of his Bonds of Loyalty skill, which I really love that skill. Anyway, so I rolled, it was a blue, 2 golds, and a black. That's not 50% basic. I rolled again 2 greens and a white. We're going to move. We're going to cycle the Vast Action Offer. We're going to cycle the Spell Offer. Flame Wall. Wow, this. If anyone saw, like, I think it was the last quest I put on the channel. Like, I basically just ran across the entire land of Atlantis just to get Flame Wall because it's so ridiculous. Cool, these both ready. I'm going to keep Banner Command on the Savage Monks for one more round. Next round, I will shuffle it into my deck and just make all of my units stronger. I'm going to ready Flight, and I'm going to ready my Motivation skill. And let's see how we want to do this. I'm going to pull up to 6. Tranquility, Rage, Expose, March, Promise, and Temporal Portal. Okay, Temporal Portal is actually nice. I do think I go for an artifact here. Problem is I'm going to need something. Well, if I use the Savage Monks, if the enemy that's guarding there has 5 fame and I use the Savage Monks, that gives me the 6 fame. I'm going to need to level up, which is what I really want to do. One of the nice things too, if you get the Ruby Ring or the Diamond Ring, you get those extra little fame can really add up in a scenario like this. All right, what is happening? I need to get my day tactic. My day tactic, great start's intriguing. I think planning's better. So just with where I'm at, especially if I'm going to do an attack by the end of this day. So I took number 4. 5 or 6, please. It's 6. Cool. We are first. Take the lead back from Volkare. All right. What am I doing? Questions I ask myself. I'm going to power march with a green. Again, I'm going for that artifact. Probably. We'll see what happens on this tile. So I'm going to spend the first 2 points of movement to explore. Ooh, hello. We got a dungeon, and I don't hate that. Obviously, I can't get the +1 fame for the Savage Monks, but it's fine. We got another orc. We got another monastery, so I got to put that back on the board. Ritual Attack is in the unit offer. And yeah, I know, sorry, I can't put it closer to the unit offer. The spacing wasn't working. And then we have this orc, which is some Cursed Hags. All right, I have 2 more points of movement. So I'm going to end there. What do I want to do? I think it even makes more sense just to play Temporal Portal to move there. Or I could do this. I could use Temporal Portal to go there, and then I start with a gold mana, which I don't hate. You definitely want to conserve some mana. So that's fine. So I would play Temporal Portal. I'm not even going to bother attacking the Cursed Hags. There's no point. So I draw as if my hand limit is 1 higher next turn, and so I'm going to re-roll that. I'm going to draw up to 6 because of my armor there. Planning triggers, Temporal Portal triggers. Bam. That's a really nice array of cards. All right, Volkare. It's a green. Dude just does not stop. We have to reroll the green. It's done. The scariest thing about where he's at, other than knowing like the math should even out at least a little bit more than it is that I haven't seen his blue spell yet. So that does become a pretty important consideration here. It doesn't make me that happy about how this is going. All right, I'm going to use Promise and Call again. I got Call to Arms is okay. I find Call to Glory so much more important. And again, you can't. I can't even be in a dungeon because night rules apply. And again, I mean all the normal rules apply. So I can't like use an ability of a unit with Call to Glory in a place that I couldn't otherwise use a unit. So like it's just not really working out here. The nice thing about how this is set up, if I can get an artifact from there, I can probably burn down that monastery and then get over to that village. And I could probably do that in the next 3 turns. Anyway, so I get a gold because I'm on a monastery, I'm on a magical blade. I'm going to move into the dungeon. I'm pulling a random monster enemy. My units are scared. They are not coming with me, but my skills are still there. Ugh. Medusa. So Medusa does a attack of a 6 with paralyzed, so she's pretty nasty, but she only has 4. Yeah, she only has 4 armor. I'm going to play Mana Bolts. I'm going to use the blue from the source and one of my white crystals. And because I don't feel like blocking 6 here, I don't even have 6 to block. That's fine. I'm going to get Offering out of my hand. I'm going to power that with a red. Discard Tranquility. So I'm going to get a red back and a green. I did that a little bit out of order because that was after the combat, in theory. I just knew I wanted to hold on to Tranquility in case I took wounds, but I didn't, obviously. So Medusa's out. I get 5 fame. That gets her up to 47. Gets me up to 47. I'm going to clean up my play area. Roll this. It's blue. I'm going to roll an extra mana die for my reward. Again, I'm on a dungeon. What do I get? It's going to be an artifact. Give me a ring, please. If you like it, you got to put a ring on it. And I like it. Oh! Oh, this is a decision. So, the Horn of Wrath is awesome. The Banner of Protection, though, is bananas.
Gold mana?
Oh, yeah. Good point. So, I'll take a red back. Thank you. It was just, I would have realized that next turn. Like, what is this doing here? Like, oh, shoot. Cool. So, the red mana, instead of powering, offering with the red mana. Now, I could not use the gold mana as part of the combat, right? So because I was in a dungeon, so night rules apply. But once after the combat, I'm back above ground. I can use the gold mana to power Offering, and that's how the sequence went. So that made sense. Man, this is a decision. I mean, Horn of Wrath, I don't think I can turn it down. That Siege Attack 10 is disgusting. But that Banner of Protection, just like you can just take max wounds in your hand and then just throw them all out. This is really a tough decision. Especially if I combo Horn of Wrath with Expose. I mean, that's just like... Those are really good. Those are 2 really ridiculous cards. I'm taking Horn of Wrath. I don't know if that's right. I really don't. Yeah, those are the cards you do not want them to come up at the same time because I really want them both. I mean, especially because I'm probably gonna get whacked pretty good. Yo. Yeah. You can. It's really sick. It's just such a sick card. Ah man, this is these are like 2 dream cards. All right, I'm gonna take Banner Protection. Which I can't believe because I'm going to do an attack this turn. I know it. I'm not gonna be able to. I'm going to take a lot of wounds in that attack, and being able to get rid of all those wounds, and I'll just break this at the end of the round. Horn of Wrath's great, but The fact Horn of Wrath makes the math weird too, because if you get unlucky with the reds and because if you max it out to the siege attack 10, again, if you're counting about for knockout purposes, I mean this could be 5 of your wounds right there, and that could be a problem. But yeah, that was a really sick draw of 2 cards. Cool. So I didn't level up. I draw up to 6.
When in doubt.
I usually agree, man. Banner Protection is just so strong because the nice thing you can play the Banner Protection at the beginning, and I've already taken like pretty much nothing but offense for the most part. So like, and I have Battlefront, I have other offensive things. So it usually plays at the beginning, and then you could just like get rid of everything. Oh, planning's gonna trigger too. I just think that's too ridiculous. Pass up here. I still have that. The real, can I go burn down that monastery? I'm not gonna have the 6 movement to get it from there. I'm 1 freaking fame from being, and that's such a big difference, man. That 48 7 fame to 48 fame is such a big difference. I think I get 1 more artifact. I think I go burn down the monastery, and then it'll literally put me 5 movement away, which is great. It's from there between the flight skill and then just getting into those hills, and I think they'll have the turns to do that because, as I've said all game, Volkare should be pulling a lot of wounds. We'll see. Oh my gosh! This is creepy. He pulls a green. That's just nuts. The only thing that, again, he gets that blue spell and he is on the portal. Oh, that's so nasty. Nasty, nasty. And I can't get next to him because he still has red cards too. Oh, and I'm just gonna throw gems everywhere.
There's a question, I don't know how to answer it.
I know it's risky. Yeah, shoot. I have lost this scenario in so many ways. My problem is I still feel like if I can get 1 more artifact, I know what's in that deck, and this deck is massively filled in wounds. I just don't know how I don't trust that. But yeah, he pulls. It would be so statistically crazy that he gets his blue spell and another movement card before he just has a turn of 5 wounds in a row. Oh man, this is bananas. All right, I'm going to use. Nope, I'm not. Nope. Ooh, that I could do. I'm going to play Mana Draw. I'm going to power it away from the source. I'm going to turn this blue into a green, and I'm going to get 2 green crystals. I'm going to use 1 green crystal to give me a move 4 with Refreshing Walk. Obviously, it's heal 2, but I have nothing to heal. I'm losing 3 reputation, which I'm fine with because I have Call to Glory. The move 4 gets me to there. This flips. What do we got? Oh, it's just your standard shock troops. And now I have another green, so I should be able to wipe this out pretty quick. I'm pulling for the Mage Tower Garrison. What do we get? It is Sorcerers. Sorcerers have Arcane Immunity, but they are not immune to block and attack effects. I'm going to use Will Focus, Power, Swiftness. I get the Stronger Effect +3. That is 6 damage. I defeated the Sorcerers. That gives me 5 fame. That gets me up to 52. We got there. I'm going to level up. We get another command token, which I'm not going to be able to use because I am at X. Because someone kept burning down monasteries. Who was that someone? Oh, that was me. And we put another one of Krang skills here. I should be okay. We'll see. So I did my level up. We're good. I'm cleaning up my play area. This just goes back because I use a stronger effective mana draw. I re-roll that. It's red. These both go here. I get my reward. Give me a ring. I want a ring. Ooh. Wow. Druidic Staff or Banner of Fortitude. Banner of Fortitude is interesting. I'm not going to take like heal all your wounds completely. Like basically that's just kind of redundant with banner protection right now. So I think Druidic Staff could really help. So I'll take that. Always good to have more free movement options. And then I'm going to draw up to 6. And planning triggers, that gets me up to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Ooh. I actually do have a set of 4 crystals for the higher level of power crystals. Oh, man. So the power crystals trips me up because it has it's like a healing effect, and you can't do healing attacks during battle. So I'm gonna have to like plan this out, but I should be able to get the bulk of my cards in my hand and attack Volkare. Volkare's turn. Do not play the blue spell. Wow. He moves again. So now the blue spell he wins. So that's what I would say is bad. If I discard a white. I mean, I have to risk it, and the chances are bananas small. Just looking at where he's at. It's just so weird. Alright, I'm going to power up Improvisation, and I'm going to discard Druidic Staff for now. I'll worry about that next round. I don't like the other cards in my hand too much. I'm going to power that up with a red. And I'm going to get, so that's movement of 5. I'm using Flight that gets me here, and then 3 more points of movement gets me into the village. Hopefully Volkare pulls a red card and not his blue spell. While I'm here, I'm going to yikes. Part of me is wondering if I just attack him or I give it one more turn. So I know I can pillage, I can pretty much get all the cards in my hand. I gotta risk it once, I think. Alright, I'm gonna end there. I roll that. I draw up to 6. I'm gonna pillage. I'm already on the X. I draw 2 more. His turn. Blue spell. Game over. It is red. Oh, he attacks. All right. I will. Do I want to see to this attack? Yes, I think I do. The only problem is that, so my understanding of the heal effect of power crystals, I'm not going to actually be able, it's not a special effect, so I have to wait on my turn to draw up those extra cards, but at least I can draw 2 more with my motivation skill, because that's a special effect, so I can use that even now. So since I'm attending, oh, and I should have had 7 because of planning. So I should have, when I pillage, I should be up to 9. So I have Swiftness, Expose, Rage, Banner Protection, Ambush, Stamina, March, Power Crystals, and Determination. I'm missing some really strong cards here. So I'm going to have 2 cards not in play. So I think that's fine. So I'm going to attend. So when I fully attend, he's triggering in the battle. I fully attend. My turn order thing flips up. So the next time it's my turn, I just flip it back up. That's it. This was from last turn. This should have gone here. Cool. Since I'm attending, I can use my skills. I'm going to do that. I get 2 cards. What am I not getting? Crystal Joy and a Rage? I guess it's not as egregious as I thought it was. I guess I had a lot of my power cards early. You can always look at your discard pile, so like I could have figured out what I was missing if I really wanted to do the math. But that gives me a green crystal. All right. Well, since we are fighting this jerk, let me see, or a green mana, not a crystal. Let's see what we got. We have, I'm going to take everything else off the board, any other enemy, because it's just too confusing. So we have 11 of these suckers. So our orcs are skirmishers, wolf riders, diggers, skirmishers, orc war beasts, summoner, are dragons. Don't have a lot of elemental attacks. This will be interesting. Oh. Cool. So, yikes. Okay. We have the draconum summoners. We have the swamp dragon. We have the Amhotep gunners, and we have the Altum guardians and the fire dragon. Lots of interesting things, and this is where you guys all see my head explode. It's going to be super fun. What is the max of range and siege attack I can get? That's the question. Now look, all my block doesn't mean anything because I'm playing Banner of Protection, which basically means at the end of this turn I'm throwing away all wounds that I get, which is awesome. So the real question is how many enemies can I kill, and then I'll declare, well, if I have, right, I will be able to declare end of round. No, I won't. Well, I'll have a turn, I'll ready that. I'm going to defeat at least 2. I need to defeat at least 2 of his enemies because then he won't have a turn next turn, which would be fine. And I can also use my skill. So even if I'm knocked out, it doesn't mean I can still use my skill and get that 4 attack there. So there's a lot of things I can do to make this work. I'm going to. What level is he? He is level 14, so he has 11 enemies. It's gonna be amazing. So I'm gonna power the Savage Monks. That gives me a siege attack of a 5. I'm gonna power Expose with the white from the. Yeah, I just have so much movement. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be happy. I think Banner of Protection, to be honest with you. So much movement. So I have Expose. That gives me a siege plus range attack, and then siege attack of a 5 is a Banner of Glory. That gives me a siege plus range attack of a 7 between Expose and the Banner of Glory, and I'm going to power Swiftness. That's a siege plus range attack of a 10. Losing all resistances. So Expose will work against the Altum Guardians, but remember the Altum Guardians have 7 armor, and they're fortified, so the range attacks. Well, no, they lose all fortifications and resistances. Oh, that's interesting. The Draconum Summoner does not lose fortifications and resistances because it is arcane immune. Oh, and I also have the Uthran Crossbowman, which gives me another 2 range attack. So in total, 5, 6, 7, 10, I can get 12 range and siege attack. And I can say you lose all resistances, which is exciting. Except to the Draconum. I have no other arcane immune. Oh, and also Volkare is going to attack me because he's a big jerk. He rolls a red. And again, I'm not really worried about wounds here. It's all about maximizing. Oh, wait a second. If I power Ambush, I'm going to power this. It gets +2 to the first attack card of any type. So I'm going to play Ambush for the move 4, which I can do. Again, the Lost Legion rule said you can play movement cards at the appropriate time during battles now. So I'm playing that. That gives me +2 to Swiftness. So my range attack now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can get up to a 12. Math is hard. 5, 6, 7, 10, 12. So I'm at 14 now. That's nice. So I'm going to make the Altum Guardians lose all fortifications and resistances. And still not going to work again. I can't do it for two enemies. So I can't. If I make the Altum Guardians lose fortifications and resistances, I can't also make the Fire Dragon lose its resistances. So that's a little bit of a problem. But I have 7 more points of damage that I can assign. I think I just take out the Amhotep Gunners, and then I have basically eliminated both of the city garrisons. I don't hate that. I have so much movement in my hand, it's really sick. That's fine. I think I do that. I loop them together. Expose allows me to kill the Ultimate Guardians, and then I kill the Unwanted Gunners. It's the only way that math really works. I have a bunch of orcs. That's fine. They're all going to attack me. I am not going to waste your time here in doing all of this wound math because I'm throwing them all away. How many am I throwing away? All of them. Because of the Banner of Protection. I can do that at the end of my turn too, that's fine. So I defeated 2 of Volkare's enemies, so he is now going to be exhausted. All these suckers attack me. They're going to give me a ton of wounds. The draconum summoner is going to pull 2 monsters. The whatchamacallit, I should have seen, is anything paralyzing me? Nothing's paralyzing me yet. Nothing's paralyzing me yet. Oh, and then the orc summoner, I'm just pulling these in case they paralyze me. Not paralyzing me, so these guys can go away. I took 1,000,000 wounds. I got knocked out, so all the cards in my hand go away. And then after I got knocked out, now we can go into the rest of the turn. I'm going to use this skill, and I'm going to get an attack of a 4. I'm going to defeat the summoner because they're super annoying. And then did I take the fame? No, I didn't. I used the Savage Monk, so I'm going to take that fame now before I forget. All the wounds I got, end of my turn, are done. I have the Herbalist. It doesn't even matter. There's no point in doing that. Actually, I would save this green crystal. I would just get that. I would get the mana token from the Herbalist and just use them up too, which makes more sense. All right, clean up my play area. I threw away all wounds. But you still get crystals as an instant effect. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, I'm not sure. Like, if someone wants to point out that rule, the problem is at the beginning, there was no type of crystal I didn't have. So, and I didn't know if I could draw the cards, but ultimately, I didn't have any extra range attack anyway, and clearly I wasn't surviving that onslaught. That's where, again, that Banner of Protection came in really big, as much as I love the Horn of Wrath. So again, the nice thing about this too is I stay on the village. So Volkare just attacked me from where he is. He didn't move. Cards. There's if cards in your hand that you could discard. For offering? Now offering, I used offering a long time ago. I had a Power of Crystals as the different skill. So my turn is over. I'm going to re-roll that. I do my end of turn sequence. I draw the rest of my cards. Planning is done. And now what happens? Oh, I defeated this monastery, so there's no more advanced action of the unit offer. Volkare, he lost 3 of his garrison, or his legion of assorted wonderful things. I'm going to get 7 plus 8 plus 4 fame. I already took the 1 for the Savage Monks. So that's going to be 19 fame. So I get from 53 plus 19 gets me up to 72. So I will level up as part of my end of turn sequence. So I got to go backwards a little bit. Next 2 things, they're both pretty garbage. Man, I really like Magic Talent. I hate these cards, but I like Magic Talent a lot. Fine, I'm going to take Universal Power. I should have enough mana and crystals to make that work. And then I'm going to take Magic Talent because it actually will give me access to Flame Wall if I have an extra red that I can just throw away. That would be pretty sick. Cool, so that is my level up. We had another one of Krang's skills. It's Shamanic Ritual, where you've been hiding. I have cycled these every turn, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. And now it's Volkare's turn. Now it's my turn. Again, because my turn order thing has flipped over because I attended to that battle, I just flipped this back. Volkare goes because he lost 2 enemies, because he lost at least twice the number of players worth of enemy or of enemy tokens. His thing flipped over. Now he just flips back. So now it's my turn again. I cannot risk him having turns right now, so I am going to say end of round. All right, at the end of the round, I'm putting Banner of Glory into my deck. I'm going to ready all of these skills. And the real thing I need to do is get myself on the portal in case he pulls a spell, and then hope I can find a way to kill all of his dudes. But I don't know if I'm going to... I might take a turn. I might risk it again. I mean, look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 cards there. I mean, I held him to 4 turns in the 3rd day. That's absurd. It's really absurd. All right. Yeah, it's a very unusual game. Cool. We are going to reset the unit offer. A Call to Glory early would be interesting, depending on the units that are available. We get the Fire Golems. We get some Magic Familiars, the Ice Mages, and the Thugs. Bam, bam. This comes off, so the only crystal I don't have is white, which isn't great. This goes here. We are in the last day. I roll. We got 2 golds and 2 reds. Oh, what a garbage offer. Oh, man. That's really bad. What a garbage source. That's really, really bad. Yikes. Okay. It's a very unusual predicament I've gotten myself into. So I'm drawing on my hand limit is 6. 5 and 6. I literally have no idea how I'm getting black mana, which is the problem. It's a big problem. And black mana is going to be really important. All right, I think I have to take, well, I mana search, but that's a risk and a half. If I take mana search, no, when he gets within 3. No, so yeah, that's a good question. So it's a weird rule. If when Volkare gets within 3, what it does it tries to prevent like goal hanging, if pardon the expression, like basketball. It basically means if you're on the portal and Volkare gets within 3, the Council of the Void is like, oh, he's coming, and they try to do one last minute defense, and that basically means you just go away. I think it's a really dumb rule. I don't understand the point. But once he gets within 3, then anyone can go in the portal space like normal. So if he gets on the portal, and this is always been my understanding, if he gets on the portal, you fight like normal, and then you just have to move unless you defeat all of his army. So you can definitely be on the portal after he's within 3. Man, that source is so garbage. I think I have to risk it. I mean, if he pulls the blue spell, I'll reshuffle it and just kind of play it out. I just been very unlucky with how much movement he has done already at this point. That is really not normal. But I need a white at minimum so I can make mana draw work. So I'm going to take mana search and hope I roll a 4 before I roll a 1 or a 2. It's a 5, be a 4. It's a 1. Close. Alright, Volkare's turn. Don't be the blue spell. It's white. Oh, man. So he moves again. How is this? It's insane. So he got a white. So here's the interesting thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He literally has 2 more cards that give him movement. I mean, I might as well have played on a thrilling level, because that means an unbelievable number of these cards are ones. Woo. Alright. I'm going to pillage the village on Volkare's turn. That's nice. I'm going to use... Yeah, I just got to keep attacking him. Oh, it's so crazy. I need black mana. I'm going to use this. I get 2 more cards. I do not get mana draw. I get a green crystal, or green mana. I get a white with power crystals. Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to play Tranquility. Gives me 2 more cards. Oh, that's sick. I'm going to play Power. Ooh, nope. I'm going to throw away Druidic Staff, so I get to do 2 of the options on it. So normally, if you discard a white card, you can move to reveal spaces. If you discard a blue card, to a safe space. If you discard a blue card, you get 2 crystals of any color. If you discard a red card, you get to ready a level 3 unit or lower. If you discard a green card, you get to heal 3. I am going to break the Druidic Staff. I'm going to get 2 whites because I need them. Or white's the most important thing for me here. Yes, it seems that way. So I get 2 whites, and I'm going to move here because clearly I can't let this dude get another turn. All right. Then I will use Mana Search to roll the 2 golds and a source, a blue and a black. So there's 1 black at least. And then I'm going to power. I need that 1 green. I'm going to Power of Crystals to draw 3 cards. I'm going to power it with a blue. And so I draw 3 cards. So I draw 2 cards and then 1 card for each set of 4 crystals I have. I have 1 set because I only have 1 green on there. So I'm going to draw 2 cards and then 1 more. Oh, there's Offering. Wow. I'm going to get to fighting Volkare soon, I promise. Okay. I mean, I guess I'm looking at this Offering, like what colors do I really need is now the question. I still haven't gotten my mana draw card, so I'd like to get 2 blacks if I can. 1 will be okay if I'm stuck with that. If I get 2 blacks, then I could do Mana Bolt and Expose, which is really sick. And I can make all enemies lose all resistances, which could be really important. Oh, Offering. That's right. Sacrifice. If I had 3 blacks, then I could do Sacrifice, which is a really interesting mechanic where I can get a ranged attack of a 6 from that, but there's no way. I have nothing else that's going to allow me to draw a card, and I just can't. I cannot risk it with where he's at. So I'm going to play March to fight Volkare, and then we'll figure out the math as we go. There's no other effects that I'd want to do. Yeah, that's fine. So we get his. Now he's down to 8 units. This can go off the table. We have the Skirmishers, we have the Wolf Riders, we have the Orc Warbeast, Diggers, and then these 3 dragons. Again, I cannot get him to lose all of his resistances, which is really super annoying.
Oh, I've never seen this in the chat before.
Thanks, Jonas. I appreciate it, man. That's my first super chat ever, I think, in solo playthroughs land.
But it's in Euro.
Oh, yeah, cool. I really appreciate it. Yeah, that's what's up. I added super chat like a while back, and it's a nice, it's one way to support the channel if for those who are not interested in the Patreon-ness of things. All right. If I'm not sure it makes sense if all enemies lose all fortifications. So I'm wondering if I can get to 8 just to defeat the draconum summoner. Siege, ice attack, 8. I should be able to. Alright, so I'm going to use my black mana on that. So let's do it this way. I'm going to play Mana Thunderbolt. I'm going to use... Do I need the other blue? No, I do not. I'm going to use this blue, a white, and this black mana from the source. I cannot use any more mana from the source. That is a sieged ranged ice attack 9, which I can use against a draconum summoner, and bye-bye. Oh, I need to roll for Volkare because he's a jerk. It's green, so poison, who cares? It's brutal and poison, but again, putting more wounds in my my discard pile doesn't really bother me right now. I'm going to then do target enemy loses all fortifications and resistances this combat. I'm going to power that. And then I'm going to power, I'm going to use Will Focus to power Swiftness. That gives me a ranged attack of a 6. Expose gives me a ranged attack of an 8. Oh, I can't get the siege attack from the Savage Monks. That is going to have to be fine. I can use Offering. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, the Youth and Cross Bowman. The Offering is a special card. I can power this with a red. I can discard cards, so I'll get a red crystal back, and I can discard more cards to get other colors. I'll discard Refreshing Walk, March, and Temporal Portal. So I get 2 greens and a blue. And the red back because of Offering. I'm going to use one of the greens to power Savage Monk, so that gives me a siege attack of a 4. So my total range and siege attack is a 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14. I did not get a white to do Swiftness. It's the only one I can't get. But again, I could put a crystal on it and get an attack of a 3 in the next phase. So, math. 6, 7, 8. Who said there'd be math? 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14. Now remember, I wasted 1 point of damage from the Draconum Summoner, but again, if I looped him with anyone else, I would have given his physical resistance to somebody else. So that was obviously a non-starter. So 6, 7, 8, 12, 14. I have 14 range plus siege attack. I'm going to make this dragon lose all resistances. So I have 7 more attack. This guy's fortified, so I'm not going to worry about him. Shoot. If I just do, that's 6, the math is always funky. I'm only going to use Expose and the Monks and the Luton Crossbowmen on the Fire Dragon, right? Now again, he'd be immune if there was like a red card that was doing that. He'd be immune to it, but the white cards are always good. So that is a total siege plus range attack of an 8, so it's a little bit wasteful, but it gets rid of him. And then I have this siege attack of a 6, which I'm going to use to wipe out. I'm sorry, this range attack of a 6 will focus, and I'll use that to wipe out the orc War Beasts. Do I want to hold on to that? If this doesn't knock me out, I might be better off holding on to that until the melee phase, and I can make every bit of this count. Let me take a stock of wounds here. I get 2 wounds from Volkare and 2 to my discard pile. Remember, if I get 5 more, I'm knocked out. I really don't want to get knocked out this time. I get 2 wounds from the Swamp Dragon and 2 to my discard pile because he has poison. The rest of these suckers, the skirmishers are super annoying. Yeah, I think I need to wipe one of them out. Oh, man. One more white crystal would have been really helpful here. Skirmishers, 2 wounds. Skirmishers, well, block. He's like one
comment.
Yo. Get an attack in. No, that's a good question. So this is like a trick that I do just to kind of see what's happening and what I need to worry about. So yeah, he's not getting another attack. I am basically trying to do some math here to figure out like what do I need to worry about and how can I possibly not get knocked out, among other things. I have so many red crystals. I think. Do I need that other green now? I'm going to take this green back and put Refreshing Walk back in my hand with Offering, because again, that makes sense, trying to figure out this turn. Because then I could use Refreshing Walk and Threaten sideways, because the skirmishers have 2 attacks of a 1, so 2 cards placed sideways block it. So I'm just going to block the skirmishers with that. And then the real question is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wounds. I can't do a healing effect during battle, so I would not be able to use that to ready one of these guys. So I don't want to wound the herbalist if I can help it. I can try to block something with swiftness. Yeah, I use my skill, and that would be a block of a 3. I can block the Orc War Beast. Again, as long as they're blocked, I don't have to worry about their brutal. So I use that skill of Universal Power. I powered it with a mana that I had, so that's fine. So now we're left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds. I can definitely assign some. Volkare has Assassin, so these wounds are going to be mine no matter what. So I'm just trying to stay under 5 here, under 6 here. And I started this attack, right? Yeah, I played a March. Yeah, that was me. Sure of it. Final answer. Yeah, and that was for Offering. Just trying to keep this organized. And yeah, that was on. Might have shifted it over. It's not going to matter that much. That should be on. Was it on 90? I think it was on 92. Maybe 90. I don't know. Someone can tell me. Well, I guess having the herbalist to re-ready one of these units isn't going to matter if they're both wounded, which they're both going to be. So I might as well assign a wound to the herbalist as well. So I'll use the herbalist to gain a green mana token, and the benefit of that is I can use the mana token on this until I'll save all the reds in my inventory. I do want to stay alive though, so I can get this attack of a 4/8, because an attack of an 8 would give me the ability. Oh man, am I really going to be 1 away? I'm going to be 1 away from defeating the Swamp Dragon. But at least I can knock out both the skirmishers, because they're super annoying. And that comes back when I rest, which I'm going to have to do, and I'm going to have to risk getting to the blue thing. Great. So what am I doing? So these 2 in my hand. This is the wound from the Volkare. They go to my discard pile. Oh, and he's only attacking me with a 4, and my armor's a 4, so I actually took 1 more than I needed to. So it's only 1 to my hand, 1 to my discard pile. I'm going to take the 5 damage from the Swamp Dragon. Yeah, I'll assign 2 to my hand, 2 to my discard pile. I'm going to assign 1 damage to the Herbalist from the Skirmishers. That is 4, so I can only take 1 more. Yeesh. Great. We're going to assign 1 to the Savage Monks, and we're going to assign 1 to the Utham Crossbowmen, so I only took 4 wounds into my hand. Total 3 into my discard pile because of the poison effects. We are now in the ranged. We are now in the melee phase. So I did defeat 2 draconum. So Volkare will not have a turn next turn. He's going to flip that over. In the melee phase, I'm going to power rage with a red from the source, from my inventory, and I'm going to flip over the battle frenzy that gives me a melee attack of an 8, and I'll just wipe out both of these skirmishers because their wound situation gets really annoying.
Advice.
Take a threaten. Yes, I think I think I did that. Right, because I took it from offering, from block, and used for an attack. Oh, that's true. No, because I'm kind of I already used that ability, and then attack 1. So you're saying if I wipe out the dragon? To be honest, I'm not worried about getting to 9 for the dragon. These skirmishers are really annoying. That's 4 wounds to my hand, where the dragon, the swamp dragon's only 2 wounds to my hand, 2 to my discard pile. So in a lot of ways, like wiping out the skirmishers is almost more important because that's 4 wounds to your hand, which is really, really brutal if I'm trying not to get knocked out here. So I wiped out 2 draconum and both skirmishers. I mean, the skirmishers look like weenies, but they can really, really make your day miserable. And cleaning up my play area is what I'm doing. This goes here. This is rerolling. It's a green. I'm going to have to risk it one more time with Volkare because I'm going to have to rest. I need to get more cards in my hand. This all goes here. These go here. The only thing in my hand right now is 4 wounds. I draw. Well, I get my end of turn sequence. I'm going to level up. Almost definitely. So that's 9, 17, 19, 21 fame. Yes, I'm somewhere in level 10. I'm going to look at my last 2 skills. These also go into my discard. My last 2 skills are that and that. One is it's the cooperative skill. It's source opening. I don't really like that one. I find it not that helpful. And then I have white crystal craft. That could be really helpful, actually, because I know I have Call to Glory and Call to Command, even because I don't actually need to take control of the unit if I can use it from the from the unit offer, right? So I'm going to do that just to make sure I get a white, and I will take, well, obviously Swift Bolt as well. All right, so we're really only 18, 21 hit points away from pulling this sucker off. And those wounds, 1, 2, 3, 4, these are not enough to knock me out. And remember, I also get this. So we're going to get another one of Krang's things here. Shamanic Ritual would have been tempting. I think this is going to serve the same purpose for where we are in this game. So yeah, all the Krang skills are up there. We should have 9 out already because we leveled up 9 times. And now I still have Mana Search. Because of course I do. I'm going to pull to my hand limit, which is 7, 1, 2, and 3. Oh, and Magic Talent. Woo! I don't have a red card. Man, if I can get a red card, Magic Talent is freaking awesome. With that spell offer, Magic Talent might be the ticket. Shoot. So, Volkare's turn. Volkare lost more than 2 enemies, so he had his thing flipped over. He flips it back. I initiated that fight. So I don't have to worry about flipping my thing, because again, it was on my turn. I only have to worry about flipping my thing when I attend. I need to risk this again. Unfortunately, I'm not thrilled with it. So I am going to rest. When I rest, Battle Frenzy comes back. This goes away, and now I draw to my hand limit, which is now 7. Ambush, Improvisation, Banner of Glory, which is now kind of useless because probably should have just set that on there. All my things are wounded, and Crystal Joy, and 7 is Call to Arms. I have no white mana, but I do have Crystal Joy, which could come in handy, and I can get the white mana from there, and I have Mana Search. Don't be the blue spell. It's a wound. Good. That was his first turn this round. No, it was the second turn this round. Sorry. Bam, bam. He rolls a red, doesn't do anything for us. Oh, man. This is bananas. I have a red, and it's a good one, and I think... Can I get a red and a black? No. But I can get a ranged fire attack 5 with a single red crystal. And I can get that. And also Call to Glory. Alright, I'm going to use this skill. I get a blue and a white. The white is a mana. What's the mana with you? Exactly. I'm going to move 4. I'm going to use the green because I'm not planning on blocking anything anyway. So I get +2 to my first attack card of any type. I'm going to use this white to give me a ranged attack of a 6. And then I'm going to play Magic Talent. I'm going to discard a card of any color, and I can play a card from the spell offer as if it was in my hand. So that does mean I need to spend the mana, not from the box. That'd be cheating. I'm going to take it from here. Why don't I do that instead? That'd be great. So this is going to be ranged fire attack of a 5. I don't have a white crystal to use Call to Arms just yet, but I could get one. I can get another ranged attack of a 4. I can get a Seized Ice attack of a 4. Yeah, so I'm going to use Crystal Joy. I'm going to power that with a blue. I get a crystal of any color. I'm going to get a white. I'm going to use that to power Call to Arms. I get to use one of the units in a unit offer as if it was in my possession or in my little army here. I'm going to use the Fire Golems, I guess. And that gives me, it's just a range attack of a 4 either way. So I'll actually hold on to the red. I'll use the Ice Mages. It's a siege attack of a 4. So in total, I have a range plus siege attack of a 4, 6 because of ambush and swift bolt, and 11. So 4 plus 6 plus 5. Math is hard. So 4 plus 6 is 10. Plus 5 is 15. With that 15, now again, this is ice and siege attack, or ice and fire attack, so that's not going to be useful against the orc war beasts. But that 15 is going to be useful against these 2. Yeah, so I wiped out the. I have to roll for Volkare. He rolls a green. It's the same as last time. So I wiped out the Swamp Dragon, and I wiped out the Wolf Riders. I'm going to be 1 away, and I'm literally going to be 1 away. That's awesome. Should be able to do it on the next turn. All right, so these 2 are dead. We are going to get, now we get wounds. I get 1 wound and 1's in my discard pile because of Volkare. I get 2 wounds because of the Orc War Beast, which is still alive, and 1 wound because of the Diggers, which is still alive. So I have 4 wounds total. I'm going to play Banner of Courage. I'm going to power it with this white mana that is going to give me a attack of a 3. And then I'm going to have the Battle Frenzy that gives me a physical attack of a 5, so I kill the Orc War Beast. So all we have left is these measly diggers. Volkare flips over again. He's out. I get a bunch of fame. Who cares? This goes here. I roll this. This comes off. And then we go to, now I didn't flip Battle Frenzy, I used it for the once a turn effect, so I do have that attack of a 4, which is all I'm going to need. I draw it to my hand limit, which is 7. 1, 2, 3. Again, Volkare still doesn't go. This readies my turn. I'm going to go in, move 2. We're attacking again. Volkare rolls. It's a red. I'm going to get 1 wound from the diggers. I get 2 wounds from Volkare because it's a fire attack with brutal, and then I'm going to use Battle Frenzy for an attack 4. I kill the diggers. Game over. Wow. This game is so good. This game is so good. That was insane, and that was really fun. And I thought by that first night I was toast my ghost. Yeah, we just had to gamble a little bit. Where was this blue spell? Blue spell was there, but look at all these wounds, man. I mean, this is literally, this is going to be harder than most times if we just played this thing on thrilling. But you see how, as long as you're defeating 2 enemies, as you start to lessen that army more and more, there was 16 on tight. I think it's 12 on thrilling, 20 on fair, and 16 on tight, I think.
Here's a question.
Yeah, I'm answering that one.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'm kind of like in shock because like I just that was nuts. That was all nuts. Magic talent came in really big. The banner of protection again, that saved the day right there, because without that I just don't have a chance. Not the way that was playing out. But a lot of things went against us. A lot of things made up for it near the end there. And again, and once you see like all the enemies that had like that 4. I mean, a lot of Volkare's attacks. I rolled green a couple of times. Just being able to say, all right, there's only 4 instead of, I would say I have 4 instead of 3 in my armor. Once you get to level 7, it really helps minimize the wounds situation. But this is the cool thing about Volkare's Quest is like you are just wiping out everything. Again, it's not a matter of what's the most strategic thing to do. It's like, all right, I need to kill everything. How can I do it most efficiently? And it becomes that major efficiency puzzle. And I used so many cards sideways in that second night, in that first night. But it wasn't I just had to do something, because again, if not doing anything or just like discarding a card or resting or whatever, you don't have that luxury. As it is though, we would have had a few more turns. So he would have wound, he would have attacked us. We would have obviously attended wound, and then we lose. But yeah, he only had 2 more movement cards. He literally pulled 13 movement cards, and there was he pulled 13 movement cards in his first 24 cards, which is just insanity. But that was super fun. I'll tell you what. There are how many wounds? Yeah, that I got you. There were wounds left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that's my hand. There's so many wounds I can't even tell. There were no. This was his. My bad. This was his stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there were 2 red attack cards. So again, 10 cards that he would not have moved on, still in his deck, along with the 2 cards the one that would have totally crushed us, and then the other. But that's I don't know if I'll be playing this for a while. I think I'm gonna I'm gonna ride that victory to the sunset for a little bit. Again, the only advice I would give with this scenario is again, you get to that. You get to that the third day. You need to get an attack in that third day, because that army's too big to take all in one round. You won't have enough attack in your deck, barring something really unusual. I think in the Volkare's quest I won on the channel. I think I had some. I had like the I think I had the bow of stars on and like just an insane amount of ranged attack, and so I doubled everything. And then I think I had the Horn of Wrath on that one too. So it was like this crazy. I think I did like 35, 40 damage before I had to worry about blocking. But that's an unusual game for sure. Oh yeah, yeah. This was at the thrilling level. Just the way those wounds came out. But I do think Goldyx has a heads up. I like him in this scenario a lot because flight comes in so big, and then he just has a number of skills that will give you crystals, and then Crystal Joy can be really flexible in some nice ways. I love Krang in any scenario. Arethea obviously would be pretty strong. I think Wolfhawk, Tovak, Bravelar would be harder. Norowas is all about the units. Is the unit offer friendly and kind to you that you can kind of load it up. Yeah, this was a fun. This took me a while to get used to. Volkare is a very different puzzle, and I think a lot of players, when you get used to taking wounds and doing wound management, that's where you can really go the next step with this game. I've always been fairly aggressive, and I think that it's helped me kind of go the next level with this game quicker. But I mean, I know there's people that are just on another level. When I hear about people that do 22 in a solo conquest, my head can't even compute what that means. I don't know if my play style would actually be maximally effective for something like that. But for this, I'm gonna have a Mind's Liberation coming on the channel soon. I was really surprised at how hard that scenario was. That's also one where you better get moving quick. And so I'm looking forward to getting that on the channel. But yeah, this was really cool. Like I texted some of my friends before the start, and I was like, let's tune in to solo playthroughs to watch Greg get torched by Volkare. This was my final hand, so there's. I mean, I got somewhat torched, but was able to pull it off. Not seeing any questions in the chat. Thank you for everyone who kind of hung in there. I'm sure someone is going to. Oh yeah, it's nuts, dude. I played like everything else at such high levels that I was just like, oh, you're just attacking two enemies at a time. What can be so hard about that? But then you're like, oh, geez, like you have to do this all in 2 days and 2 nights. That's really ridiculous. Yeah, that was a hard one. I was not expecting how hard that was, and and it was fun to tackle. But yeah, this was cool. So yeah, coming up next week, I'm doing 3 lives in a row, which I don't normally do. But I'll make special considerations for Eric Royce. He can pretty much, he wants to come on my channel. I will show up whenever. So Eric Royce is going to be on the channel on the 27th. We are going to talk some Spirit Island for about a half hour before I take on, 20 minutes, I think, is what he has. So 20 minutes, and then we'll get into a playthrough of Volcano against Prussia. I will probably bump it up to level 5. I want to get a few more games under my belt before I totally commit to that, especially with Prussia, because Prussia's speedy. Speedy. So excited about that. We'll be back to Arkham 2 weeks after today. And then just check out the channel. I got some more Mage Knights I need to edit and get up, including the Mind's Liberation scenario. And then, I do want to get another solo conquest blitz on the channel, and I'll take a look. I'm looking at the other scenarios in the base game and seeing, what kind of order I might want to put them on the channel. But people need to go to sleep. I know it's super late for some of y'all. Hopefully, if you had to go early, you're tuning in now the next day and seeing this ridiculous finish to this ridiculous playthrough. But that's it, man. I am so appreciative of the support. Spirit Island and Mage Knight, those two communities have really embraced my channel in some cool ways, and just excited to kind of hopefully this is helping your game, or at least giving you entertainment. And any questions, comments, epiphanies, put them in the comment section below. I will definitely get back to you. But in the meantime, thanks for joining me, and until next time. Great, cool, yeah, thanks, man. Get some sleep. All right, happy gaming.